Welcome back to Cadwell Park in Lincolnshire, the mini Nürburgring itself. Gorgeous setting, and the Superlight Open is about to get underway. The race one result from earlier, Simon Nutter beating Duncan Macbeth and getting fastest lap in the process from Jake De Furia in third, Mark Rushton in fourth position, Paul McNamara in fifth position, and Charlie Wellborn in sixth. Brendan Simpson lines up seventh and Mark Richardson eighth. Finishing results from the first race dictate the grid for this. There's only 10 on the grid. Can't see Matthew Morgan or Phil Lee on the grid, but Colin Griffiths and Wayne Harris are lining up in their positions behind. So we'll see how they make their moves down towards that first corner.
Here we go then. Off and running. Looks like the poleman's got a great start. Fantastic start there by Simon Nutter. Duncan Macbeth came into this having to win every race to pinch the championship from Nutter, and he failed at the first attempt. Nutter took the win. Macbeth there, currently in second place. On board here with Macbeth, last year's champion. Down to the chicane that's been put in here, added into the circuit, made of the tyres. How tight is that?
Oh.
Down onto the link road. The 37-year-old from Oxford, last year's champion. Nutter slides coming off the link road down to the chicane for the first time.
There really is absolutely no margin for error in these machines as they push it to the absolute envelope all through the corners. And now this is where Nutter... Oh, we've had a little bit of an off there in the mid-pack.
That's Colin Griffiths on the 40s, cut across the chicane through the over the grass and then back on the circuit.
I think Charlie Wellborn went off there as well, just in behind him in the blue machine with the yellow stripe. So I think he just traversed the grass as well. But that just shows you very tricky conditions. Even though these cars are suited to it, they are really still struggling in the early stages of the race, just trying to get the heat into the tyres and get on top of the game. It's still very tough out there.
Looks like we've lost Charlie Wellborn to come through Barn one more time. Big slide there by Wayne Harris as he goes through the turn. On board here with Duncan Macbeth, looking to take the lead.
Oh, he's going to try and go for around the outside. There's no chance there, no gap left. And Nutter is definitely showing his cards to him there. Brilliant. You're not getting past there, Bucko. You're going to have to try somewhere else.
Nutter by name, Nutter by nature there. He was squeezing him up, definitely not letting him pass going up into Charlie's. So as they come through the link road,
that's given Mark Richardson a bit of an opportunity now, hasn't it? Because he's now right on the back of these two as he tries to grab a second position. You guys can fight amongst yourselves. I'm going to try and gain as much momentum as I can. And just behind, that is Jake De Furia in the Gulf Racing colours there. Great to see that kind of paint scheme on these kind of machines. It's a very, very impressive sight. And it's definitely not as... clear-cut shut case as it was the first time round in the previous race, was it? This is a real battle. Yeah, Jake Swan had it all his own way in the 650 Superlight race earlier on. This is the Superlight Open though, 900cc Honda Fireblade engine, 6-speed sequential gearbox, and these are the real deal, these things, and Macbeth is back on it now. He's lost the back of him. He's clearly the fastest car on the track, but he's got to get past Simon Nutter. Third place for the 17 machine, and Mark Richardson currently to go left-handed. Great shot here from the helicam up through Charlie's one more time. He's got a good run as well. He's just got to try and find the space, but Nutter is not going to give him any room at all. Macbeth is screaming at him, out, damn spot, as they make their way through the chicane and desperately trying to gain an advantage from him.
This is a replay from race one earlier on, by the way. This destroyed our camera by the tyres. Macbeth was lucky to get away with that though, because he actually blocked the chicane, so he never actually lost a place. He retained second place. Back on board with Macbeth, left-handed and right-handed now, up over the mountain, one of the best corners in British motorsport. There it is, absolutely fantastic. You can hear him running through the gears, 6-speed sequential box on these cars.
They've dropped Richardson like a lead balloon, haven't they? Look, he's now right into the clutches of De Furia, who's got an opportunity here to move up to third position. So Nutter and Macbeth have pulled away from the rest of the field. And Richardson is shown vulnerability here. He's got De Furia right on his tail out of the final turn. So we've got a pair of battles for first and third respectively. De Furia's got a great run round the outside, sweeps by him.
So comfortable for Jake as he makes his way into third place. That's Mark Rushton there in the red machine, the 48-year-old, rookie season in Superlights. Used to race bikes, 2 wheels, has made the move to 4 wheels. A little bit safer, I think.
Well,
and look at the pressure here.
A little bit safer, but the way that Macbeth keeps pressuring Nutter, it might not be safe for long, because they're really starting to push each other very intensely indeed here. And Macbeth, we know he'll go for the smallest possible gap. So Nutter's got to be very smart here as to where he defends. Look, he's on the braking zone. You can see he's parking the car in the middle of the circuit, not to the left, not to the right. He is making sure that that Macbeth doesn't have any room for manoeuvre. He's got to try and keep that thing as wide as possible. We're on board with Macbeth again, and he must be getting so frustrated here. In his mind, he'll be saying, I'm faster than you, mate. I'm faster. I can do a better job of this. Just move over and let me through.
There's a place made up at the back of the field. Here's the lead battle though. Macbeth, now he lost the back end through here last time, slides again. He needs to get it smooth through there to be able to get the run on him down the straight. You can see he's lost time yet again. Did that last time. He's got to be smoother through Barn.
He loses about 3 or 4 car lengths there, and that's what's really hurting him. Good battle there with Paul McNamara as he battles for position. De Furia once again holding off Richardson. It looks as though he's lost the place and gained it back again. So those two having a great battle for 3rd position. And here comes Richardson again, nearly throws it onto the grass, up the inside.
2 wheels on the grass as he went through the right-hander at Charlie's. But De Furia has held on to the position, but Richardson looks down the inside, the 17 machine in the yellow car. There's only 1 car width through there. Back on board here with Duncan Macbeth now. Barn is the key here for me. He's got to be smooth through Barn to get the run down past the start-finish line, over the mountain one more time.
Well, you can see how hard Nutter's pushing. He was curb hopping through the chicane, 2 wheels in the air as he desperately tries to get away from Macbeth, and Duncan is pushing this very hard indeed. Now the key is going to be through Barn, because Nutter is going to have, he's got it a little bit wrong through there, so now Macbeth has got to nail this final turn. He's got it parked perfectly on the apex.
Sure, he got it this time. This is the midfield battle. We want to see the run for the lead.
In the slipstream, but he's not going to give him any room. We look back to the midfield battle. It's Wayne Harris trying to close up on his rival Paul McNamara. They're still battling for the lower positions. How are the leaders looking? Well, we're still trying to see how Rushton defends from Colin Griffiths as he desperately tries to move up a position as well. Not looking too easy at the front. Macbeth still hasn't been able to find a way through past Nutter, and he is getting very frustrated indeed. The time is ticking on the laps are counting down as well, so it's really, really tight to see who on earth is going to get this victory out of these two. Harris finally making the move on McNamara, and that was very nicely handled. He managed to get in before they even got to the braking zone. Here comes Macbeth. He has a look. What a switchback from Nutter.
Never going to make that work there. He runs over the curb, over the mountain.
They're sliding around all over the place on acceleration. The back end's kicking out in a straight line. That shows you just how hard these guys are having to work.
It's the battle for 3rd and 4th place. It looks like De Furia's got that one sewn up now. Now here's the key. Oh, he's close enough this time. Surely slides a little bit.
But that's fine.
He's all right on the back of him now. He's got to get him over the start-finish line, has he?
Yeah, that's fine, because Nutter had a little slide as well. This is an opportunity, 3 to go, and now we've got an opportunity.
Oh, gives him a wave! Gives him a wave on the way by!
Fantastic stuff. This is great racing.
Let's have a look at this. This is a replay. Now, this is Macbeth. We're on board here with Macbeth. He looked left. He'll give him a wave, and we've got an onboard. There's a wave. Now we've got an onboard. Is the onboard from Nutter? Gives him the fingers in response.
Oh, fantastic with these two. There's a huge amount of camaraderie in this race, and it's clear these two, you know, they are rivals, but they're clearly fairly friendly rivals. That's brilliant stuff. That's proper Le Mans and Rush, isn't it? Fantastic for those two. Meanwhile, De Furia still trying to fend off from Richardson, and these two are having a fairly similar battle for 3rd position, having a great time of it. And look, that's exactly why Macbeth needed to get past Nutter, because now he's got through and he's gone, and that's what it means to him.
Yeah, is he happy about that? I don't think he's going to win the championship. I think he's going to come up short, but he's very happy to get by.
Oh, you can tell that this is the kind of championship where fun with a capital F is the order of business, and it's definitely clear to see how here at Cadwell Park. And if we look back, another great battle. Griffiths through into 5th position. Here's Rushton. Harris is on his tail. McNamara is in 8th position. So a great scrap as once again Richardson looks at De Furia. Can he get by? De Furia goes a little bit wide, but Richardson is not close enough to pick up the pieces. So a great battle for the lead has just happened, and now we've got battles for third and for sixth.
2 laps remaining. I thought De Furia had the third place all sewn up, but Richardson's obviously got other ideas.
Great exit out of barn for Harris. Can he sweep round the outside of Rushton? Beautifully done. Yes, he gets past into the top 6. He goes, trying to chase down Colin Griffiths. Meanwhile, De Furia really struggling to hold Richardson at bay. And look, Richardson is able to get so much closer under braking. That's the advantage of being able to follow someone into that section, because you can dictate where they're braking and you can brake accordingly and make up a huge amount of time.
Duncan Macbeth has got by and just disappeared. Left Simon Nutter for dead. You can see how much quicker he was. Clearly the fastest man on the track now. As he comes down through what's called the hairpin, and then that leads out onto this right-hander at Barn. He was getting that all squirrely earlier on, wasn't he? Much smoother now.
Well, of course, unfortunately, it is all academic, because Macbeth is going to be the race winner as he goes into the last lap if he stays where he is, but Nutter is going to be the man with the wider smile on his face.
Duncan Macbeth with the fastest lap, clearly 1:14.839, and that compares with Simon Nutter's 1:15.5, so he's 0.7 of a second quicker, Duncan Macbeth, than the man in second place, and clearly that's why he was desperately trying to get past earlier on.
Well, he's done everything he possibly can. Full credit to Duncan Macbeth. He had to fight, he had to go for broke, and he certainly did that. So it's good to see a fighting victory rather than just settling for second position. Whoa! Richardson nearly goes straight into the back of Jake De Furia under braking for the chicane. You can tell he wants this final step on the podium, but I think he's just cost himself a chance of getting it.
Big slide coming out of the link road as well. Back on board here with Duncan. Oh, and that, I think that's the camera.
Yeah, the camera's fallen off. Fortunately, I don't think that's his race over.
GoPro.
Yeah, there goes the GoPro. That's an expensive moment for Macbeth. Bounces off the car. Fortunately, that's not going to make a blind bit of difference to his race performance, but he takes the checkered flag in fine style, and he is delighted with that. Moreover, it means that the championship goes down to the last race of the season. This man has worked hard in second place. Nutter's still got the advantage, but it's not done yet. And what a fight that's going to be in the last race. De Furia in third position, and he has definitely earned his stripes there. Richardson comes home in fourth, Griffiths in fifth position, and how about that man Wayne Harris battling his way to sixth position. What a great race. There's one more to go, of course, and a championship to be decided. Duncan Macbeth will be smiling very widely indeed, and we'll leave the last words on that race with him after he finally found his GoPro.
Camera fell off, didn't it? Won the race though.